Sequoia trees are dying, and here's why you should care.
So what are giant sequoias? They are coniferous trees that are the largest tree in the world by volume. These trees are mainly located in Sierra Nevada, California. Carbon sequestration is the process of taking carbon out of the atmosphere and through the process of photosynthesis, turning the CO2 into physical carbon stored in the plant's body. And carbon storage is keeping that carbon in that solid form. Giant sequoias are culturally important to the indigenous people of the Sierra Nevada, and the name of the tree is to honor the Native American chief, Sequoia. Giant sequoias thrive in cool, moist conditions. They are adapted for dry, hot summers as their reproduction depends on fires. The fire causes their cones to dry out and open up, which then releases their seeds. The cone buds form in the summer, and in the following summer, they are full size and mature. These trees are adapted to be fire resistant. The fire resistant bark, elevated canopies, and lack of branches toward the forest floor are all adaptations that help these trees thrive in areas where there are forest fires. As they grow, they lose their lower branches. The General Sherman sequoia tree in California is the largest living thing on Earth by volume. Its volume of 1,486 cubic meters contains over 1 million kilograms of stored carbon. This volume of stored carbon pulled over 1,400 metric tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. To help contextualize how much carbon this is, Americans on average produce 16.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year. You would have to multiply this by 86 times, 8 years more than the average American lifespan, to equal this amount of carbon, according to Redwood UK.
The increasing rise in climate is leading to a larger spike in wildfires that the giant sequoias are experiencing. Starting in 2015, there was a spike in higher severity fires that have killed a greater number of giant sequoias than ever recorded. There have been a series of 6 fires in 6 years, from 2015 to 2021, along the Sierra Mountain Range, showcased in this map by the National Park Service. In fact, in 2021, in just one fire, the Castle Fire, an estimated 10 to 14% of the world's giant sequoia population was destroyed. But why is this? One of the biggest issues with these continuous fires are the perpetuation of more wildfires and increasing effects on the rate of climate change, creating this positive feedback loop. First, we have rising temperatures creating drier conditions in forests, which creates a ripple of effects from milder winters and lower amounts of snow to higher pest populations, all weakening the ecosystem, ultimately leading to longer fire seasons. Second, we have the larger burned area from the fire, which results in drier vegetation that is more easily sparked. Then you have emissions from these fires that also burn, leading to longer and more frequent fires. And then finally, more carbon is then released from these emissions into the atmosphere, contributing back to the starting issue of climate change and rising temperatures.
Giant sequoia trees have a natural relationship with fire. However, they aren't adapted to these more severe and aggressive fires. So, what is being done to aid these giant trees?
The most common method is controlled burns. This is the process of clearing the understory of a forest using low-intensity controlled fires. These fires mimic the natural fire cycle present in these groves before human suppression and can have many benefits in the protection of sequoia trees. The real damage to sequoia trees occurs when their crown is burned, which is easier when there are other trees and vegetation around it. These controlled burns minimize the understory vegetation, which then minimizes the chance of the crown catching. These controlled burns can also lessen the intensity of fires as it takes away kindling. So, what can you do to help these trees? Donating to organizations like the National Park Service or the Giant Sequoia Land Coalition can aid in the conservation efforts. Along with this, pushing government officials to make more climate-centered regulations can help target the root of the issue, which is climate change. Giant sequoias have so much cultural, economic, and ecological significance, and we can't afford to lose them.
We have to act now before it's too late.